Hello everyone and welcome to Katha by Shraddha. Today's Katha is about a man who lived a very long time ago in ancient India. So this man was actually a very wise sage called Sage Sissa, and he was also a very gentle man and a scholarly man and actually a very innovative teacher. As a teacher, he had come up with a game that he taught his students, and he helped that this game would help his students to plan ahead their moves and strategize and to concentrate. You've guessed it right. That game was chess. As you very well know, it's a game that's played on a checkered board with 64 black and white alternating squares. Now, at the time, the game became so popular that everyone in the kingdom started playing chess, even the king, King Shera. In fact, the king was so enamored with this game that he had a special chess set built for himself. It was a beautiful chess set. It was made out of marble, and all the chess pieces were not wooden or of stone but built of gold. So there was a gold and a silver set on the chessboard. Now, one day as the king sat playing chess, as he was moving one of the pieces, a thought came to his mind, and he asked, who has invented this amazingly incredible game? And one of his courtiers piped up and said, it's one of your own subjects, sire. His name is Sage Sissa. The king was thrilled that one of his subjects was so wise and amazing that he had designed this amazing game. So he commanded and said, please bring Sage Sissa to my court. I would like to honor him. So bring him with comfort and with great respect and honor, invite him to the court tomorrow itself. So a huge band of soldiers along with courtiers went to get Sage Sissa back to the king's court to meet with the king. Sage Sissa agreed to the king's request, and the next morning he showed up in the court. He was dressed very humbly in his usual well-worn clothes. He didn't necessarily dress grandly because he was coming to the king's court. And the king was very surprised. He looked at the sage up and down, and he said, you don't look very wealthy, but obviously you're a very wise man. I would like to reward you for your amazing development of this game because I love it so much and everyone in my kingdom loves it too. So you've done me a great service by inventing this game. What can I reward you with? Tell me. Let me reward you with anything your heart desires. What would you like? Now, Sage Sissa was a man who thought deeply. He did not answer the question immediately. He started thinking, and he was thinking, I have everything I need. I'm content. I don't need any wealth. What can I ask for from the king? And the king saw him hesitate, and the king said, do not hesitate. Do you see all this wealth around you? Do you see my beautiful robes? Do you see my throne? We have many riches in this palace. Ask for whatever your heart desires. You can have gold, silks, whatever you want. And then Sage Sissa thought, I do want something. And he smiled to himself and he said, O king, I am a simple sage. My needs are very simple. I don't want much. I would just like a little grain from your granary. The king said, are you sure? Just grain? Why don't you ask for gold and silver and jewels and silks, maybe servants to help you? I can build you a palace if you want. Are you sure you don't want any of these things? He says, O king, I'm sure. All I want is some grain. And because the power of my chessboard has brought me here to your court and made me so famous, I would like to get grain as per the squares on my chessboard. Let me tell you what I mean. For the first square on my chessboard, please reward me with 2 grains. For the second square on my chessboard, I would like you to reward me with grains which are equal to 2 raised to the power of 2, which means 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4 grains. And so on. When you come to the third square, I would like a reward of 2 raised to 3, which is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8 grains, which are 8 grains. And if you continue with the sequence, Your Majesty, you will see that the fourth square will have 16 grains. And so on and so forth. If you would please continue the sequence until you reach the 64th square and reward me those grains, Your Majesty, I would be a very happy man. The king was a bit displeased because he was offering the sage all of the wealth in the world, and the sage wanted grains, and that too only equivalent to powers raised to the number of squares on his chessboard. But he said, okay, I thought you were a wise man, but whatever makes you happy, sure, you can go to the granary and take your sack of wheat grains and leave. That's fine. The sage said, Your Majesty, I'm a very old man. It'll be difficult for me to carry my sack of grains, wheat grains, back to my village. If you would please have the grains sent to me by evening, I would be very grateful. So the king said, sure, I can certainly do that. You will have your grains by today, sunset. And the sage left the palace. And the king commanded his prime minister, saying, Prime Minister, make sure that the sage Sissa gets his reward by sunset today. And the rest of the day, the king went about his kingly duties, and he forgot about sage Sissa and the reward he asked for. And then as the sun was setting, he just realized that the prime minister had never reported back to the court. So he summoned him. And the prime minister entered the throne room, and he would not meet his king's eyes. He just stood there twisting his robes in his hands. And the king said, what happened? Have you not sent the reward yet to the sage? And the prime minister said, no, Your Majesty, we haven't. And the king got very angry. He said, how dare you? I commanded you to send the grain to him by sunset, and already the sun is setting, and you're telling me you have not sent the reward? What is the problem? The prime minister said, without meeting his king's eyes still, we are still counting the grain, Your Majesty. What? Counting the grain still? Such a simple thing. What kind of lazy people do I have surrounding me? What's wrong with you? Can't you count? Majesty, it's not that. It's really tough. Get away from me. Get out of my sight. By tomorrow evening, latest, by tomorrow sunset, you must have the grain sent. Okay? I don't want to hear anything else. Already you've caused me to not keep my word and not send the grain by today sunset. At least by tomorrow sunset, sage Sissa must have his grain that was promised to him by me. All right, Your Majesty, I will try. And the prime minister left the throne room. And the king retired. The next evening, the prime minister again came to the throne room and said, O king, maybe you have promised more than you can give. And the king went ballistic. He was so angry. He said, what are you talking about? I have all the riches in the world and our granaries are full. Can't you just reward this man his grain? Bring me the most intelligent person I have in my court. And the prime minister left, and the royal astronomer came in. And he said, King, let me explain. I have been helping the prime minister with this problem. You see, the sage is indeed a very wise man. Let me explain. So he took out a scroll and he wrote down the numbers from 1 to 64 in a column down the scroll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth down to 64. And he said, look, king, in the first square, we owe the sage 2 grains, which is 2 raised to the power of 1. In the second square, we owe him 2 raised to the power of 2. In the third square, we owe him 2 raised to the power of 3. Are you understanding me, my majesty? That is 2 cubed. And the king says, of course I know what is 2 cubed. 2 cubed is 8. It's 2 times 2 times 2. 2 raised to the power of 3. I'm not an idiot. I understand mathematics. What is the problem? He said, hold on, let me go on, Your Majesty. And so on and so forth. You have 2 raised to 4, 2 raised to 5, 2 raised to 6, all the way down till 2 raised to 64. And the king still did not understand. He said, where is the problem? Why can you not calculate such a simple thing? And the astronomer joined his hands and said, Your Majesty, would you be so kind to calculate it yourself and let us know what the total is, and we will count those many grains. And the king said, of course, I'll do it in my head. And he started doing it in his head. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 raised to 64. And then after a minute he said, hand me that scroll. I'm getting confused with all these 2's in my head. It's easier on paper. And he took the scroll and he started calculating. And as he started calculating, the royal astronomer quietly left the throne room. And the king was calculating and calculating and calculating. And that night, the king did not return to his chambers. He did not go to sleep. He was sitting in the throne room calculating 2 raised to 64. The next morning, he was still in the throne room when the Prime Minister entered the throne room looking equally tired and exhausted. And the king, in a very subdued tone, told the Prime Minister, Prime Minister, I have been calculating 2 raised to 64 the whole night. And do you know how many grains that is? Let me show you. Two raised to 64 is 18 quintillion, 446 quadrillion, 744 trillion, 73 billion, 709 million, 600,000. And the king said, do you realize that in my granary I had once asked, how much does 1 square cubic meter of my granary contain? How much grain? And I had been told it contains 15 million grains. Do you realize, Prime Minister, that even if we sowed the entire land on this earth with wheat and reaped the harvest, they still wouldn't give us these many grains? Sage Sissa is indeed a wise man. He knows the power of powers. And he told the Prime Minister, please invite Sage Sissa back to the court. I would like to speak with him again. And you go and rest. We are going to stop counting grains. We cannot count the grains anymore. Tell everyone to stop. I'm going to rest today, and so should you. But make sure that Sage Sissa comes back to the court in the morning. And so the next morning, Sage Sissa entered the court again. And the king lay prostrate at his feet, what we call Sashtang Namaskar. And he said, Sage Sissa, you are the wisest man I have ever met. I am so sorry for my ego that I could reward you with whatever your heart desires. I am sorry, but I don't have that much grain that you asked for in return for the squares on your chessboard. Please forgive me and let me know what I can reward you with. So Sage Sissa said, I never wanted the grain, Your Majesty. I am indeed a simple sage, and all my needs and wants are completed by my students with Guru Dakshina. I really do not want anything more. But the same grain can be distributed amongst your people. Seeing them happy would make me happy. So whatever you can afford from your granary, please be kind and give it to your own subjects. And that would make me very content. And the king again bowed low to him and said, it shall be done. and the sage returned to his village by foot, and that evening he played a game of chess with one of his students. And that was the story related to chess from a long time ago in India. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye.